You know what happened at dinner last night? What happened, sweetie? Mom forgot to put salt in the food. Oh no, that's not good. How did it taste? Well, it tasted like cardboard. But then mom tried to fix it by putting salt on top of it. And it was like someone sprinkled the ocean on my food. That sounds like a lot of salt. Did it taste better? Yeah, it was a little better. But I still had to drink a lot of water afterwards. I'm sorry to hear that, sweetie. Okay, come on, let me tell you a story on salt. It's a folktale from Punjab. Story! Yay! And the story is Love as Salt. A very long time ago, there lived a king and his three daughters. One day, the king wanted to find out which of his daughters loved him the most. So he called his daughters and asked, how much do each of you love me, my dears? The eldest daughter replied, I love you as much as I love gold. The king was happy. The second one replied, I love you as much as I love diamonds. On hearing this, the king was even happier. But the youngest daughter said, I love you as much as I love salt, dear father. On hearing this, the king was furious. How can you say something like that? He shouted at his youngest daughter. In your eyes, my value is only as mere salt? He was so angry and humiliated that he banished his youngest daughter to the forest. Sad and dejected, the princess began to wander in the forest. Suddenly, she heard the sound of a horse galloping. Frightened, she hid in the hollow of a tree. The horse halted near the tree and a young man alighted. He had seen the princess hiding behind the tree. As soon as they both see each other, they fell in love. I am a trader, said the young man. I live in the neighboring kingdom. What are you doing alone in this dense forest? The princess then narrated her woeful story. I love my father very much, but he doesn't understand, she sobbed. One day he will, consoled the trader. Soon they were married, and the youngest princess lived in a mansion with her husband, the trader. One day, it so happened that the king lost his way while hunting. For 2 days, he kept wandering in the forest. Then, as fate would have it, he reached the trader's mansion. Hungry and tired, he approached the trader and sought his help. Although the trader knew that the king was none other than his father in law, shh, he kept quiet about it. I shall arrange for your food, your majesty, he said, and went to his wife, the princess. The trader told her about the king's arrival and asked her to prepare a feast. But remember, all the dishes should be sweet, he instructed. The princess prepared a variety of dishes, all sweet. Finally, the food was served to the king, who was really hungry. The king couldn't eat much as everything was sweet. Have some more, said the trader. At this the king yelled, how much sweet one can have? I am longing for salt to rejuvenate my numb nerves and weak limbs. Just then the princess walked in and said, Father, now you know what I meant when I said I love you as much as salt. The king recognized his daughter and said, Forgive me, dearest. Now I understand that your love for me is more valuable than gold and diamonds. And the king finally understood the value of his youngest and most intelligent daughter. Hey, Grandma, this story is kind of like when you draw a picture for your grandma. You know, it might not be a big, expensive present like a toy, but it's special because you made it with love. Just like the youngest daughter who loved her dad like salt. The story teaches us that love is really valuable, even if it's not something you can touch or see like a fancy gift. And sometimes people don't understand how much you care until something happens to show them. So it's great to show your love, even if it's not the fanciest thing, because real love is the most important gift ever. Oh, my dear, you're absolutely right. Love is like a special gift, even if it's not all fancy and shiny. You've got a wise way of thinking, just like the youngest daughter in the story. Those drawings that you make for me are like that too. They are full of love. You've learned something really important. Showing love and caring is what truly matters. I'm so proud of you for understanding this. Calling all our young readers, we want to see your creativity in action. Share your drawings, poems, or anything inspired by this blog with us. We'll showcase your amazing work in our next post. Can't wait to see what you come up with. And that wraps up today's podcast. Grandma is closing the book for now. See you next week. Take care.